main supply. Practical discussion, accountability, ultimate partnership with the
A very good day to you and welcome to another episode of Dateline here on Housing TV Africa. This is the program that touches issues in housing and in the society as well. My name is Dorcas Chia and it's always a pleasure to be on this program with you. Today we are going to be looking at something different and very much related to our young persons and more enlightening and educating, should I say. We are going to be talking about digital activism to policy influence, the power of youth in the digital age. We just want to know how they can be able to impact in the society using the digital system or the digital technology that is here in our midst, in what areas they can impact in, how they can make impact in the housing sector also, and what they can do as young persons, what's their role as young persons in the society. I have a guest with me in the studio who is throwing more light on this particular topic. But before we meet him, let's take a quick breather, and when we return, the program will kickstart. Stay with us.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts on Facebook, Housing TV Africa, on Twitter, Housing TV Africa, Instagram, Housing TV Africa. Join the conversation and keep up with latest housing updates.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Dateline here on Housing TV Africa. And today the topic is digital activism to policy influence, the power of young persons in the digital age as it pertains policy making, decision making, governance, and anything relating to the society. We have with us in the studio to throw more light on this topic a journalist, a writer, and a youth activist. His name is Shedrack Idegu. It's good to have you on the program.
Thank you.
Welcome. Yes. Yeah. So let's just get straight into the particular topic for today. We are looking at how young persons can be able to contribute in the society in terms of policy making, influencing policies, decisions, governance, so be it. So before we look at how they can contribute, let's just talk on a whole. Who are the young persons in Nigeria? What do they represent? What do they stand for? And what does the society stand to gain with young persons in the society, especially in the Nigerian society?
Yes, thank you, Lucas.
Yeah.
Yes, youth, as you know, or the young ones, are the custodians of a nation's growth. So, if we should train our youth the way it has to be, then we'll have a lot of growth and development in our country. Because doing so, a lot of notorious activities will no longer come in place. So our youth, particularly Nigerian youths, I can say this anytime and everywhere, that they are great. They are so industrious. Yeah. Only that we have an issue of political involvement. And you know, when youth are not politically inclined, we'll have a lot of issues. Pointing from a view that if youth are not occupied, a lot of notorious activities will come in a place in such a way that the economy won't stand. If we have a lot of destructions all over, I think the economy will decline. You know, before the youth can be fully engaged in governance. They have to be taught how this governance is, especially in the democratic system. And this topic is not something that has to be a brush over. It should be thoroughly taught. And in that light, I think having a national movement or a committee that will train our youth on policy making and in the display of good governance is a good development that Nigeria needs to, our government need to put interest on.
Okay, sorry to cut you short, but talking about committee that will train young persons in policy and also governance, and you know, they just for them to have a feel of the know-how of everything. We have the National Youth Parliament, where, or is it Youth Assembly, where they can, and we have young persons who have come together to, you know, and represent young persons and be able to, you know, contribute to the society. How effective is that platform on its own? Can we say that it's actually training the young persons, it's doing the work it's supposed to do? And through that means, so far, have the youth parliaments been able to, you know, affect decisions or influence decisions in the country as a whole over time, looking like from some years back now, since its existence? Will you say that, okay, that's been able to, you know, make an impact or influence
By the government? There would be a touch of partiality in it. Just to say that people that will occupy the movement might be biased through which way they may come up. Because if someone found a thing or introduced a thing and employ you, there are necessity or probability that you may go according to his or her ways. So what I mean by national movement, which youths can organize to train themselves and to invite the current or former politicians into it, so that they can be, what I do mean is that they can make it in a way that it should be a conference or
for how long? How long and how effective is going to be that? Because last year we had something like the youth confab, where young persons, they gathered a lot of young persons. It was a conference, a youth conference. But how long? We are talking, because we are talking about a committee. We are talking about a committee and everything that will be very effective. But looking at a conference might last for a day, just a few hours. And how much of the impact is it going to make, you know, in order to create change? Why not something that is going to last for a long time and will be able to make full impact year after year?
Yes, that is why I said it should be organized and it should be registered, that we should have a representative from all the wards we have in Nigeria. Each person will represent his or her ward, and by so doing, each person can table the matters or the issues in their society or the world. Then the national executive of the movement then can look into it, create space to check, to make a visual or physical visit to those areas, table the matter together and forward it for national debate or national, they will open a day for it that can be debated. which everyone may bring up different opinions, that at the end of the day they may come up with results on how they can tackle it. But to say, you know, before we can have a desired result, we must start or begin whatsoever with on intentional and straightforward stand. Because without this, there is no way you can achieve that. So it is better youth themselves organize it. We have a lot of wealthy youths that are rich, that what to do. But my problem with some of them is they are not looking into this governance aspect.
And what may be the cause of that? What may be the reason for them not being so enthusiastic to, you know, contribute to governance issues and political matters?
Some of them have been bought by these politicians. A lot of our youth work for them, and in so doing, they don't longer have time to create their own future. If you are working for someone and the person is paying you well, you may be reluctant in taking personal build up. For you to build yourself up, there might be an issue. Being the fact that you get comforted by the person you are working for. And you know, days, months, years, as it goes, we can never recover them. And there are certain times we need to do things in which can come up with a good color. That is doing a right thing at the right time. So so our youth, most of them, as I have said, are so much companion with this old and some of these ill-hearted politicians. And for that, having time for themselves. For example, some well-meaning and unbiased youth may come together to organize such movement, but few of them will betray. After discussing what will help elevate such movement, some will go back, bring the information to these politicians who are not ready to give our youth their desired future. So, creating this movement that I am saying is being termed as a voluntary one. There is no need youth to involve these politicians. It is when they get it organized and it is now functioning, they can then organize a conference. 2 days, 3 days conference is enough to bring what they have to the table. You know, sometimes before the government can, we should just take the example from the primitive one. Like now, if you want me to do something for you, you need to brief me. I need to look into it. Either if I will ask for a proposal, I'll look into it. After looking into it, I'll check how this proposal will be beneficial to me as well to you and to the general public per se. So if our youth can organize such a movement, national movement, that will comprise of all the representatives from the wards we have in the nation, then I think after grooming themselves, doing house-to-house campaign, as in bringing the awareness to the people, collating their problems together, presenting it with the national executive of the movement, then they can go ahead to decide when to have such debate.
Okay.
From the debate, they will gather their facts, conclusion or whatsoever. Then they can organize conference at the end of the day, which they will have to invite these well-to-do politicians, especially the active and the correct ones in positions, so that they can table the issues with them, and then from there they can now give them what they need for the government to do for their inclusivity in the governance.
Okay.
Then from the, if they cannot come up with their submitted proposal, I think they have ways to do whatsoever they want to do,
Okay.
just to get the governance working.
Okay. Right now, let's come to the topic for itself. Right now, we are looking at how we can infuse technology, and right now that we are in the digital age, because the topic is digital activism to policy influence. And from what you said, you've given extensive information on how youth can be able to add value to the society and all that. Now, looking at the emergence of technology in the society, and now that we are in the digital age, how can we infuse that through the use of our phones or even the internet to be able to lend our voices and make sure that our opinions are being heard by the right authorities, and also an impact is made in society, and we are able to influence the decisions of our leaders or even their policies to be able to suit that will be able to make the society a better place for everyone.
Yes, thank you. Media itself is the window between the less privileged and the privileged in the society.
Sure.
So coming for this digital era, it has made communication commonest. When we take example from what happened in the last general elections, the Obi movement was majorly a digital activism.
Okay.
Yes. And that it was used to campaign rigorously for him. And we saw the effects. As it is now, if you want to campaign for someone, because we campaign for a good mandate, okay,
our desired choice.
Yes, yes. You love someone, or you love the activities
Or believe.
of, yes, or believe a candidate of any position on any party. I don't have issue with political party. What we should do individual politics. When we go by individual politics, we can have and see the developments we do wish to. There are a lot of people who are good but are not projected online. Now that everything is online, we can see how informations are being spread online within seconds. And having seen the effects of how the digital or this media goes very viral or very length on social media, it is now easier for us and for anyone who want to implement any policy or organize any movement at all that can contribute or facilitate the policy we have, good policy we have in our governance. You have your Facebook, you have your Twitter and other social platforms.
Yeah.
Whatsoever you have, you may not need to have a lot of money before you bring any awareness to the people. You have your phone, you have your subscription on or active, then you can post your ideas. Some will see your ideas, some might be buy into it. As for those that have bought your ideas, they will message you or they will look for ways to reach you. With that, and those people that are reaching out to you, some of them have mind of doing so before came up with. That will make it then easier for such person to support you very well, to bring out the goal of the idea together. Bringing out the goals together will not affect the governance in a way which they like. So, as it stands now, this digital era has made it simple or simpler to disseminate information and then to organize whatsoever you want to organize or trend whatsoever you want to trend within seconds.
Okay. So do you think over time, since since the emergence of digitalization in the society, do you think maybe from different examples or encounters you may have, do you think the media space has been able to help influence decisions in the government over time, maybe on certain issues that may have occurred in society? The presence of online platforms and everything have been able to influence it over time?
Very well.
Okay.
Yeah. I will take an instance from our national activist.
Okay.
So worry. He created a platform that enables the citizen to reach out, especially victims. They reach out to him or his group through the platform. You table your problems, then it will help in processing it legally for a victim to have justice.
Okay. All right. So let's right now still on this, like, what are, in the course of trying to make a change in the society, make a difference, and lend your voice in when it comes to building the society, what are the challenges young persons face, especially those who are very much involved in digital activism? What are those challenges they face, and how can they go about it, in order to surmount it?
Yeah. A lot of our youth, especially these young ones, those that are attaining their adolescent age, they do abuse media platform. A lot of them go to Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and the rest to spend hours scrolling up and down. Some say they do that to gather their happiness, especially whenever they are not in good terms with their mind. You know, this social media was created to make information easier for those that cannot write. You use video presentation, audio presentation to communicate your ideas in a way that problems can be solved. It's coming to the way these children are using the social media platform. I don't think it will help. Now, a lot of them find it difficult to read books, even to read the Constitution and other things. And that is the reason why we see a lot of violations online. No, this media is a pillar which can demote or promote, depending on how you use it.
Yeah.
So we see from instances of how some of our activists, especially the very dark man and the rest,
Yeah.
have been using their platforms to help the society, especially victims.
Yeah. Okay.
If others can buy into that, I think it will help a lot. But if otherwise, it will affect the reasoning department of our youth. Some go there, they post. For example, some have issues with their friends. Instead of them to go straight to say their mind, some will choose to post it on their status or whatsoever to create unnecessary enmity. I do not know. When you walk up to someone who have offended you, you know that spirit is different. You get settled immediately. You move on. But when using the platform to exchange words, it creates a lot of issues.
Yeah.
And then when we have issues all over every time, it will be hard for us to make invaluable contributions to our society.
Yeah.
So now that the government or our political officials are not that closer to us, using this social media to point out their lapses and to help them as well proffer solutions on how those things can be rectified for the betterment of the society is what I think is necessary youth should indulge in us in this our present era, this digital era.
Okay.
So using that to create changes, better changes for the society should be one of the reasons why we have this digital era to help youth in policy making.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Shadrach. It was really nice having you on the program. Unfortunately, this is where we'll have to call it a day here on Dateline. Thank you so much, and it was really, once again, it was really nice having you here. This was a really educating and enlightening session. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. So the digital era is here to not just change things about us, but is to help to improve the way we do our things and how we can be able to make decisions as young persons in society. Don't think that as a young person you don't have the power or the authority to do anything. You can be able to make a decision. You have a lot to offer in the society, because as we say, the youths are the leaders of tomorrow. So in every way you can, try as much as possible to make a change, be it on social media, be it in your daily lives, and be able to contribute wisely and intentionally with the right aim and the right perspective in order to channel the right change into the society. So this is where we call it a day here on this episode of Dateline here on Housing TV Africa. It's been an amazing one, and I hope that and till I come your way again with another interesting episode. My name is Dorcas Chiad. Don't forget to follow us on our YouTube page and all our social media platform, Housing TV Africa. You can also download the Housing TV mobile app on your Google Play Store and Apple Store to follow on this program and more programs and more updates in the housing sector. Many thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Improvement in power generation and supply. That is the part of